friends, hi everybody, welcome to my channel. It's time for another Penn Foster video. I figured I can do individual videos on all the classes that I've taken so far. I mean, I'm still at the very beginning. I talked about recently being in a slump and kind of slacking because Penn Foster is a go at your own pace type of school, and I was having like major mental breakdowns on whether or not I wanted to continue on in that field. So I will link that video down below because it is kind of relevant. Today I'm going to be talking about the course that's called Information Literacy. Not everyone's going to need to take this course, I'm assuming. I think it just depends, especially if you're transferring credits over from previous college experiences, which I did. And at the time that I filmed that video, I didn't even realize that some of the credits did transfer over, so I don't have to take biology, which I'm kind of bummed about because it's been over 10 years since I've taken biology, so I could really use like brushing up on some of those aspects or concepts. I don't have to take that course this semester, but I do have to take information literacy as well as computer applications, something like that. Very boring, very annoying. Today I'm talking about information literacy. So basically it's just a course. It's pretty short compared to the introduction to veterinary science, but it's basically just a class about how to find information, like scholarly information versus using Wikipedia. It talks about the pros and cons of different websites that you can use as sources. It gives you some resources that the school provides themselves, as well as how to cite your sources like MLA, APA, other ones that I will admit I've never heard of in terms of different fields of work or science. So that was cool. I mean, it was really annoying. I kind of rushed it a little bit, so I didn't get a perfect score because you are tested. It's like 30 questions. You have 2 tries to pass, and whichever one after your second try you're gonna get to keep the highest score. So I rushed for sure. I mean, it's an interesting course if you've never had to do that before, like if you didn't learn that in high school, or if you're actually going straight from high school into like the Penn Foster program, then it makes sense. For me, I already did a whole lot of school 10 years ago, so I didn't really need it. And it also explains actually why you shouldn't be using so many generators, because I know there are a lot of generators that will generate your like bibliography for you, which that was interesting because I've definitely have used that in the past when I get a little bit lazy with the formatting of how to cite like articles and scientific research and stuff like that. So yeah, that's basically all the course was. Like I said before, I was a little annoyed that I had to take it because it's such a basic course, but the next one, the computer applications one, is even more basic because that's like how to use Word, how to make titles and stuff like that. But I'm going to try to show you some of the information that I'm talking about. This is the format that the class took place in. You would watch these videos and then there'd be some flashcards and then you would take the test, but you also had to post on a discussion board. So it would ask like a generic question like, pick a topic and tell us what you find through the search engine and stuff like that. So it's cool, it's fine. I mean, if you've never done it before, I think it's very handy. I think it's very important to know how to avoid any allegations of plagiarism by properly citing your sources. So I think it is very handy if you're looking at it from the point of view of someone who is just entering college for the first time as a freshman. Definitely necessary. Unfortunately, if you have to take this course and you've already taken college classes or you've done this in high school, it is going to be a little bit boring. It's going to be a little repetitive. My advice is don't rush it too much because it's nice to just get perfect scores on everything since it is such a basic elective class and you might not have that same experience with some of the actual like vet tech courses. If you're taking the vet tech program, keep in mind everything that I'm talking about is from the point of view of someone who's in the vet tech program. And yeah, that's basically all I have to say about the course. It was fine. I did it within 1 day because I've rushed it. I could have done it in 2 days at a more natural pace, but I just wanted to see what would happen next. Like I wanted to see what the next course was, and now I know it's about Microsoft and Excel and all that stuff, and I don't have that. I know there are free options, but I have to see because I don't have Microsoft Word. I usually just use like Google, what is it? Google Documents, Google Drive, I don't remember, but we'll see how that goes. I want to do a separate video for that, and I want to do a separate video for the introduction to veterinary technology, which is probably the most, the one that I want to hold off on and really articulate my thoughts on it because it was a long course. It was a lot of information and stuff like that. So that one I'm going to wait a little bit longer because I want to make sure that I'm writing or creating a concise, informative video and not just flying off the top of my head on how I felt about it. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I have to say. I think that's it for now. I will officially put this as a playlist and put it on my homepage. I know not everyone is here for the other stuff. You're only here for the Penn Foster stuff. So I did decide that I was going to keep going with school. I'm already paying for it. it. I want to make sure my money's going towards the right thing. So I'm going to continue, and then we're going to see kind of where it goes, how I feel. I really love like the learning aspect. It's just I'm a little concerned about, you know, being on the field and how I talked about being burned out and not really liking the clinic that I was in, even though it's like this amazing hospital that has such an amazing reputation. It's just been really hard, and it doesn't pay me well. Like, I've talked to a bunch of friends who are also in a different hospitals, like very famous hospitals in Manhattan, and I'm definitely getting paid like $5 less than all of them, and it just really sucks. I'm still getting paid minimum wage, and that's why I have the other job, because it just pays better. It has amazing benefits for part-time, but it's not in the animal field, which is a common theme in the animal field. A lot of them are just not gonna pay well. But yeah, it's just really discouraging that I'm just making so little and my friends are making like $20 an hour at least. So we'll see. Let me know how you feel. How are you doing? I would love to hear your thoughts. Have you taken this course yet? Where are you in your journey? Are you doing it for a different program major? Let me know down below. I would love to hear, and I will see you very, very soon with another video. Bye.